Friggin' what up, dude? Strider Wilson, I'm the host of this podcast that's mine. Going to be called History is Dank. History is Dank with Strider Wilson. Dankness from the heart. Friggin' what up, dude? Welcome back to another ep of History is Dank, dude. I'm your host, Strider Wilson, dude. We got Aaron beasting it on the sticks, being a beast. What up, Aaron?
What up?
Just chilling, dude. And we got an extra special treat today, dude. We have the very hilarious, the very talented Hanna Dickinson on the pod today. What up, Hanna? Welcome.
Oh my gosh. What's up? How are you?
Dude, freaking chilling right now, dude. I'm loving that you got your dog Miley just posted up in the studio right now.
Yeah, I'm becoming one of these weird people who bring their dogs everywhere.
I love it. It's a power move.
It is.
It's a power move. You told me, you go, dude, if Miley doesn't show up, guess what, dude? You're going to I'll freaking hit you with my car. Yeah, dude.
Yeah, truly. When I texted you today, is it cool? I meant I'm bringing my dog. It wasn't really a question.
Totally. And you know what? ATC is dog friendly, happy to say. And we love these little pups. They're the best. But dude, isn't it a nice... You can just carry your dog in with you somewhere, like to a meeting, and you're just like, dude, fuck you. I got my dog, dude. I got my priority here, dude.
It feels nice because I'm 30 and all my friends now are like moving in with their boyfriends. Their boyfriends are everywhere. You know, it's always a group thing. So now I have a plus one.
Dude, I love that. Here's the thing. I talk about my dank ass fiance a lot, and that can be annoying, dude. I've been told, look, I've been DM'd. Dude, I'll really get into it now. I've been DM'd a lot being like, dude, shut up, dude. You don't even have a fiance, dude.
They're jealous. I'm telling you right now. Just send them my way.
I love it, Hannah. I love it. But this is good. It can be annoying. Do you find, I've got a lot of friends getting married now. You know, a lot of friends have houses. Dude, I got friends that are redesigning backyards.
Well, I'm remodeling my New York apartment, so I gotta say.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah.
Oh, and that's why we have the special pleasure of you being out here right now, right?
Yeah.
Okay, good. This makes me happy. Good.
So I just had to humble brag that I did it without a man, you know, did it with a lawsuit. I guess it did require a man, but anyway.
Yeah, but you know what? Yeah, you know what? Dude, hey, we live in a litigious society. Use those funds to fucking better your life, dude. So good on you for that, dude. Let's go.
But redesigning a backyard, that's adult shit.
That's so adult. He's like, dude, what do you think about these stools, dude? He's like, you got different stools, dude. You know, I'm thinking about, dude, I want to do grass, but I might put a little cement stepping stones there. You know, don't want my feet to get chilly at night. I'm like, dude, that's rad, dude. That's a concern of yours. That's fucking rad.
Wow.
Like,
and
dude,
these are coupled up guys, I take it?
Oh, yeah. Married, multiple kids, dude. Just freaking, and ripped, dude. A lot of these guys, they're ripped.
I love how that's what you're focused on. Yeah, they're kids, they have family, but they're also ripped.
Dude, that's what I'm saying. They're not slacking. They're not like getting comfortable. Like they're just fucking just.
But you're from Orange County, right?
It's true. This is OC style dads, dude.
Yeah, that's why there are 2 hit shows there. The people there are just naturally hot.
It's unbelievable. Exactly. Like the Laguna Beach is like what every high school kids are doing. But these kids are hot kids, which is inappropriate to say on a podcast. I realize immediately as I'm saying that, it's a statement you have to backpedal. But at the time while I was watching in high school, and I was like, these are hot kids, dude.
I recently rewatched Laguna Beach because it's on Netflix.
That's what I'm saying. Steven, dude.
It's a different watch when you're 30, watching these high schoolers. I'm like, who is the producer that went into MTV and was like, I have a hit show?
Dude, exactly.
We go to all the cool kids' parties and no parents.
It was a 40-year-old. A 40-year-old man pitched that. Dude, I know where the hottest high school kids live. They can party in mansions. It's all good. They're like, yeah, dude, Carl, how do you know about this, dude?
Yeah. I'm like, this is the creepiest premise for a show.
Super fucking weird. Super fucking creepy. Dude, that's awesome for that guy and Steven, and that's cool. And Kristen Cavallari, who's beasting it. And also, my dank fiance, I brought her up again, loves LC, Lauren Conrad.
Really?
Do you have a favorite from the show?
Kristen, yeah. LC is... I actually listened to that podcast. I guess I shouldn't be promoting another... whatever, you know. The Laguna Beach podcast with Kristen and Steven. And they had LC on. And she was like, I'm very embarrassed by my behavior because they cut her to look like a crazy girl on the show. So I rewatched the show. I'm like, Lauren Conrad was crazy.
Yeah, but she's the most... she's like gone on to like run a successful bit. Like she's by all means like... just a beast.
Yeah, and I think the show made her look like that because she was like, they cut me to look like I was creepily staring at you guys the whole time. And I was like, well, I'm glad that wasn't the actual case.
Yes. And that's the worry about doing those shows. You sign a contract, they can make you look like whatever, dude. Anything in an interview, like pausing that space, like this, just me standing here in like my headspace, like this. This is stupid to do on a podcast, but if you're watching the YouTube, check it over and switch out just for this. If I'm like standing like this, it can be cut to mean anything.
Yeah.
Like, depending on context. Very scary, dude. Very scary shit. But
yeah, or if you yawn, it's like they cut to that when someone's telling a really intense story to make you look like an asshole.
Exactly. Fucking producers. Carl, dude, you creep, dude. Carl,
that being said, sign me up. Let's go.
That being said, exactly. Right now, let's put it out there, Hannah, for our careers. Put me in a reality show. I'll be the creepy older guy, whatever. I'll come in. Hey, what are you guys doing? You know, I'll be a dad now or whatever. That's the age that I'm at. I'm a dad now.
Yeah, I don't think you're a reality kid.
Yeah. It's sad.
It's because you're engaged. That's the problem.
Exactly. Here's the thing. I'll fucking break it off to be in the OC and just be a boogie boarder, dude. I just want to be a boogie boarder chilling I will upend my life for that. Cool Laguna Beach story. Just fucking humble brag drop right now, dude. What up? Thank you to our sponsor, Manscaped. It's never too early to play holiday music, and it's never too early to start thinking about gifts, whether it's for a friend or the friends in your pants. You can make this season to be jolly with Manscaped. Do your little drummer boy a favor and use the Lawnmower 4.0 to avoid another silent night in the bedroom. I got to tell you, dude, it's boosting my confidence. I'm feeling good when I'm nice and clean down there, and I like to treat my fiance to something special, and the Lawnmower 4.0 helps me do that. So get 20% off and free shipping with code DANK at manscaped.com. That's 20% off with free shipping at manscaped.com and use code DANK. Manscaped. Get your jingle balls ready for the holidays. My high school dude, Kristen Cavallari, was in my history class for half of a semester, and then she dropped out and moved to Laguna Beach to be in a TV show.
Are you lying?
No, it's for real. Facts. Kristen Cavallari was in my history class, and then she's like, oh, I'm transferring schools. Why? To be in TV. Hilarious, dude.
That
you imagine that?
So funny. I mean, it worked out for her.
Fuck yeah, it did.
And she's still so hot. I'm like, what is she doing?
Unless she was married to Jay Cutler, dude. What a derp, dude. Cutler, dude. Figure it out, dude. Guy's got a cannon, but figure it out, dude.
It's funny. That is my type of guy. Just like such a loser who like doesn't care about anyone, including me. And I'm just so madly in love with him.
That's amazing. I love that you know that that's your type. Damn, that's fuck, man.
It's like, I've done a lot of work on myself, and I still.
You know what? And Hannah, and you're doing the good work, and you're the best, and you're catching any guy that gets you is going to be a lucky fucker.
That is so easy to say coming from a guy who's engaged to someone else, you know? You're the best. You're going to find someone. It's like, but if you were single, you'd be like, yeah, you'll figure it out.
Yeah, but my type is this, dude. My type is fucking just the first lady to have repeat sex with me. Lock it down, dude. Let's go. Oh, this little dink works for you, sorry. Lock it down, dude. Meet my mom, you know? So
I told my therapist, I was like, I'm worried because I'm 30. I've entered the age where all like guys who are interested in getting a relationship like you, you know, with small penises.
Correct.
Just kidding.
That's all guys. All guys. Hannah, say it loud and proud. 100% true.
Yeah, they're all taken. You know, they're all swooped up. And my therapist was like, "Yeah." She didn't even say, "No, that's a bad outlook. Don't have a negative outlook. Don't put that energy out." She's like, "Yeah, that's how it is."
That makes sense.
She told me there are 20 different types of sex addictions in men, and I'm like, okay, I feel like at this point, 20. I'm like, at what point is the guy just an asshole?
Exactly right. It's like 100% true.
It's an addiction because you like to fuck girls and never talk to them again. That's not. You're a piece of shit.
Exactly. You're just using. Dude, I know. It's so crazy that like, but you know, I don't know the legitimacy. There's for sure selfishness in that. You know what I mean? Like 100%. But that's part of addiction. Is this a selfishness? And that's not all we're talking about today. But today we are talking about. And this is a good transition. Is sort of rehab and the history of rehab centers and where it started and why it started and all that type of stuff. Of course, when I thought of it, I go, okay, drugs, right? But there's other addictions, sex addictions, all these things. I remember South Park had the great episode where it was like with Tiger Woods and everyone was like, yeah, he's addicted to, it's like, for guys is like so obvious. Like our culture trains us to be like hot girls, as many as you can get, boom. And then girls are taught, meet a guy, like, and it's fucking imbalanced, right? I don't know, maybe, I don't know what ladies are taught growing up. I went to Catholic school. They were taught, don't bone.
When I went through puberty, my grandmother looked at my chest and she was like, you're going to have to work for a living. So it was never really like, guys weren't really on the forefront of...
Dude, that's amazing.
Some moms will be like, oh, you should have a boyfriend. Like some of my friends' moms are so obsessed with their daughters, like finding boyfriends and stuff. Right. But my mom was never like that. And I actually fault her for it because I just didn't care. And then I suddenly did. And I'm like, where was the pressure when I needed it? You know, dude, where was the drive? For
sure. On a much lesser scale. Dude, I didn't own a pair of jeans. I swear to God, like my family was just like, and my mom and dad were like, we're just like, because we went to Catholic schools, so we just had khakis. Look, I'm still fucking wearing khakis right now, dude. This is what I feel comfortable in. But I remember like going out. There was this girl who was like kind of interested. We were going to go out to go see Rent in theaters, dude. The second date you when it was, dude.
You asked her to go see Rent?
It was her idea. It's her idea.
Okay.
And I was like, all right, that's tight. And it was it's a sick movie. One song, glory. But dude, I had no jeans. Like, why didn't, dude, and look, I'm a little spoiled bitch from Orange County. I could have had jeans, but like, there was no promotion of that thinking in my family at all of like, dude, get a girlfriend, like go meet, like I didn't have that.
Why do you need jeans to have a girlfriend?
Well, dude, I needed jeans to go out on the date.
Did you get jeans?
I wore a pair of my dad's jeans. I was like a little bit bigger than him at that time too.
Did you get a hand job at the movies?
Hell no. I was all nervous, dude. I had my arm around it the whole time. It fell asleep. It fucking fell asleep being like, I'm at a movie on a date. I must have my arm around the lady on the date. And it just fucking fell asleep there, dude. Didn't do anything. Dropped her off later. Also, she was sexually active. I was very sexually inactive.
That's why you
highly knew she was oh yeah, I knew her, dude. I was super intimidated. She had a boyfriend, Payon, rest in peace.
He died?
Yeah, later, but unrelated to everything. I know, dude, this story's getting gnarly. But Hannah, he had a known big penis. Well, it was from freshman year, it was like, this dude had a monster hog, like a tall boy Bud Light.
And now he's dead.
Dude, he didn't have enough blood to pump that thing. Didn't fucking, dude. I know,
yeah,
man.
Guys who are too equipped early on, it's a sad story. I feel like that about hot girls in high school. It's like they peak, you know?
In middle school, I even go to middle school, you need to be a little bit ugly. You need to be a little bit weird. You need to have a little insecurity. That's why you develop a personality.
Exactly.
I was skinny, small donk, bad skin, had to be funny. Otherwise, nothing was going to go my way. Pretty unathletic until later on. So we developed these traits. Anyway, we're talking rehab centers. So first, let's go with our opioids, right? I'm just looking based on my research. Opium poppies, they've been used since Mesopotamia, cradle of civilization. We're talking 3400 BC. This is way back in the day. Ancient Egyptians, Persians, Europe, India, China, all over the little poppy seed flower. Then that becomes opium. You've heard of opium dens and all that type of stuff, like used forever. But back then they didn't have any treatments for it. It was like, yeah, dude, if you use this, you get addicted. And it was too difficult to really get addicted. Back in the day, you'd have to be rich to acquire it. And most people were either slaves or wealthy. And so city living is when in industrial revolution is when you get mass addiction, mainly alcohol. Then you get, cocaine, which was actually used to treat addiction. In early rehab centers, cocaine was used to wean people off booze. Then they're like, nah, this stuff, nah. Sigmund Freud would prescribe it to people, and then later he backed off of it famously. Then they were like, no, dude, let's use heroin. Let's use heroin, dude. Cocaine's too bad. Let's use heroin. That's the most addictive thing in the world. So tons of mistakes made by the medical industry to like help people. Basically, though, all off of alcohol. Alcohol's been used since forever. Fermentation goes back to ancient Egypt. People were paid in beer. So alcoholism has existed in cultures forever. And the way it's treated, up until like recently, you want to say like, I'd say there's this guy that looked up this dude, Benjamin Rush in 1784. He's the first dude to call alcoholism a disease, which I do believe it is. Do you agree with that, or where's your stance on that?
I actually took a class in rehab about whether it is a disease.
Yeah.
And I do believe it is, but people, people have their arguments, but they compared it to like a diabetic who becomes diabetes is a disease, right?
Yes.
But you can get it from, over consuming sugar. Mm-hmm. So you wouldn't say, well, that's not diabetes type 1 or 2, whichever one it is, that you wouldn't say, oh no, that's not a disease because you did it to yourself.
Right.
Whereas alcoholism is progressive. And I had my brain scanned in rehab, and basically the way I function with my anxiety, and he read my brain waves and he was like, oh, are you a binge drinker? Do you not know when to stop? Do you black out a lot? And he was like, that's because your brain takes in alcohol like a medication.
Whoa.
So most people have the ability to like be like, oh, I can't drink anymore, or they'll throw up, and I don't have that thing in my brain.
Wow.
So for me, him saying that makes it very easy for me not to drink, because I'm like, I'm physically incapable of drinking.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so, yeah, but then there is, I think with addiction, there's like other mental health issues that go into it. And a lot of times people who get sober can go back to drinking because it's not a physical, it's such a complicated, It is. It's
like super complicated and super tough. But like, I think you nailed on the point too of like just this grand broad stroke of societies. And this dates back into, and I'll talk about some stuff of insane rehab treatments like that were in the 19th century. But like this thing of like, oh, you do it to yourself. Like most people with a disease, even like diabetes, like people can have sugar and don't get it and don't have to give themselves the shot. So people can look at that as more of a disease. But with booze, people are like, I can drink and be fine. How come you can't handle it? So it's this like judgment thing that is so grand. But it's like, dude, just like you mentioned, every body is different. Every brain is different. People, the way they react to booze is different. Some people get angry. Some people get happy. Some people get sad. Like, but it's a very gnarly thing. But I think it's more of a progressive idea to be like, dude, no, this thing can take control of you and can take control of your life, like for sure. And that's a disease, even if it's a disease on oneself, but also society in large. In the way that in like Russia, that they handled this, like in the czars, like early fucking 19th century, like before World War I, dude, if you were considered a drunkard, they would cut your lips off. They'd be like, because they're like, you're a nuisance to society. We don't know how to deal with you. And it's gone back forever. Like they would do lobotomies on people who were just alcoholics.
Both my sets of lips would be gone in Russia.
Dude, so would mine. I mean, look, dude, I enjoy some booze, you know what I mean? But like I have always had, if I drank too much, dude, I would get sick and I'd be like, fuck this.
Jealous.
And then it'd be the worst. I know, it's kind of like, I've talked about it with my brothers. I'm like, dude, I'm kind of actually stoked on that. Like even blacking out, like I pretty much always will remember stuff. There will of course be hazy points, but dude, just like even our society, like Europe, I feel like they wean people onto it a little bit better. Like you're 18, you can have a wine with dinner, you can feel the buzz. You're around adults. In the United States, it's just straight up binge drinking. Like, dude, when I would rage, when I'd party, binge drinking, dude.
I know. I didn't really drink in high school. I was just a straight A student, you know, National Honor Society, captain of the dance. Like, I was such a perfectionist as a kid that when I got to USC and joined a sorority, they were like, who's fucking blacking out tonight? And I'd be like, oh yeah. And then it'd be like a Tuesday and then I'd be blacked out and people would be like, yeah, I blacked out last night. I'm not realizing that they're not saying blacked out as in they forgot their memories where I am.
Yes. They're like, I was fucked up. I was pretty hammered, but they're just saying blacked out. You were like straight up legit, which is scary.
It's very, I mean, it almost killed me, you know? So that's why I went to rehab. It is really scary. And I wasn't the type of drinker, thankfully, who had to drink in the morning.
Yes.
And so people are like, well, you're not an alcoholic because you don't have to drink in the morning. And I'm like, yeah, because I'm already drunk from the night before.
Right. Yeah. It's just carryover, dude. I was drinking early in the morning. Dude, I know. I mean, I feel like alcoholism is just called college or like binge drink. Then like, but it is like,
oh my God.
What's the number? Is it 7 drinks a week? Do they say that? Is there like a number on it?
For women, I have that joke where I talk about it, but I was at the doctor and he was like, how many do you have per week? I said 14. He was like, an average woman should have 7 drinks a week, and less than 7, because 7 and over is when they put themselves at risk for cancers, like breast cancer. And I told him 14, and really it was like 30. And he was like, yeah, you got to cut that off. I'm like, okay, well, my tits are coming out. Because I'm in trouble.
Dude, isn't it the worst too? Because it just becomes like sugar and shit, right? So like, yeah, man, fuck. It just exacerbates everything that could be underlying. Fuck, dude. Hey, good for getting off of it. Even during COVID, man, and I'm glad that we did this episode too, because my dank-ass fiance, here I go again talking about her, but dude, I was gaming. I was just like, because this is when you had no job. Dude, it was, to be honest, it was so sick for a little bit too. Like, if you were a spoiled bitch like me, dude, like, didn't have to work for a little bit, was able to cash a few checks and just playing Xbox with my boys, and I was just downing White Claws. I think she saw in like one night, I bought a 12-pack. I think I put away like 10. And she like saw all and I was just a dumbass because like I never did. So I was like, then she like goes to recycle something and she's like, did you just drink all of those last night? And I was like getting out of bed at noon. She's like, dude, something needs to change. It's like, fuck, dude.
See, my brother, he's a drinker like me, but you know, he has a wife now who was my friend in college. I just like to say that.
That should just be known.
That should just be out there.
This is sort of a faux pas. I don't know. It's nothing illegal. This is frowned upon, I guess. Like, it's like if you're your cousins, but you find out later. It's like, but we're already in love.
Exactly. But his drinking got better when they were dating.
Yeah.
Or like, cause she doesn't really drink. So she like is like, you know, keeps him balanced. Whereas, and that's usually the female role, right? But I was so wild and crazy. I'm like, how could I get in a relationship with a guy? Mm-hmm. Like, I'm a guy in that way.
That is like basically being a dude. And then you go, why don't ladies want to date dudes? Dudes got to look in the mirror sometimes in college. You are shitheads. Dude, I work with a lot of young valets. Great guys, nice guys. Dude, you all smell bad. I have to ask guys multiple times, dude, did you shower today? Did you shave? Like, dudes in college aren't practicing hygiene. Those fucking frat houses, you go in there, I'm surprised COVID wasn't born in there or something worse. It is the worst.
I mean, I hooked up with my college boyfriend at the beginning of COVID, and I go to his apartment in Santa Monica, and he has the same furniture that I gave him when I moved out of college. The same bedspread, okay?
Does he at least have a bed frame?
The one I had in college. He literally has all the furniture that I had in college, and he doesn't have a hamper. And I'm like, where's your hamper? Why do you still have this? You need curtains on your windows. And he was like, Hannah, I haven't seen you in like 6 months. Like, can you get off my shit? Like, you're not even, like, we haven't dated in like 6 years. We just would always hook up. Anyway, I was like, get new shit.
Yeah, you need some new shit, dude.
And he did. And guess who got a girlfriend?
Thank
I'm like, you're welcome.
It just takes a little bit of self-effort. That's all it is. And you know what? Good on you for helping him out in that way.
I mean, it's unfortunate for me now, you know? I'm like super alone.
Like, damn. No way, you got Miley, dude. Look at your little dog just posted up right now. Aren't they the best?
Oh my God.
They've changed your life.
Changed my life. I used to date all the time, and now I never date because I'm like, what is a guy going to give me that she won't and a vibrator my dad's credit card can't, you know?
Amen. Honestly, dude, probably you and my fiance both, dude. I mean, you know.
Yeah, you better watch those White Claws. You might get kicked out on the street.
That's what I'm saying, exactly. I'll be on couch duty all day long. You couch on the street. Carry it down there too. Get a freaking Task Rabbit because it's a 2-man job. We got an L couch. But dude, they're just the best. I mean, and it is great to have a dog, a companion, you know? They fill voids that the other humans can't.
Well, I think now what I'm looking for in a relationship is like compatibility and genuine affection, which is really hard to find. 100%.
And LA is a tough city, although you're in New York. But
both are not great.
You gotta be marketer. Look, we all know we're flawed. So we got to sell ourselves to someone else. And do we actually all like this is all I'm spitting out theories. Correct me where I'm wrong or cut me off. But do we all like ourselves? We do a little bit. I can spend time alone, okay. But we don't like ourselves enough to be alone all the time. So we need someone around to be like, I need someone to hang out with who's not fucking me, but I need to sell that person me who I know is fucked up in these ways. And that's why love has to exist, because love has to overpower those flaws that we all know exist in the other person. No one's perfect. I'm not perfect. But you find, like you said, they're that compatible person who's able to be like, yeah, I'll look past that shit. And then all maturity is being like, dude, everyone's got their shit. I like this person. Let's just make it work. And then when you're in love, I always used to think like, and maybe any young stokers listening, once you're in love, it's magic. It works out. It's great. No, dude, you got to recommit every day. And some days are easy. Some days are hard. And that's just fucking what it is, dude. And, hopefully you don't got to use the booze to get you through there. Because sometimes, that's the age old and a road traveled by many to fucking just a little self-medicate.
John Mulaney, huh?
Right? Oh, dude, and didn't he seem like the most gathered dude? Like, if there's like a picture of a balanced dude, and I know he's talked about his past struggles in college and stuff, but like where he was at, I was like, dude, he's dialed. I was not worried one single bit. And then just sort of
yeah, my old sponsor, I guess I shouldn't even, a person I know, was like, a lot of times with addiction, people are like, oh, it's a loser who doesn't have any goals, or they don't try. They're just lazy. That's why they do drugs. But it's actually always the hardest working person. It's always, not always the hardest working person, but if you look at the kid who was like a star football player that gets addicted to opioids and then heroin, it's because they're like addicted to the extreme. So they're really good at their sport, or they work really hard, and then they have a drug that lets them escape, and then they do that equally as hard as they're going to work. And that's what I found in rehab is like, I had a lot of stigma going. I grew up in Virginia in a public school. Like, the kids who were going to go to rehab were the ones setting the dumpster on fire. I was like, I'm not going to rehab.
Yes.
Not me.
Now that dude's a contractor, runs his own business.
Yeah, exactly.
He's an electrician. He's got a 401k. Yeah, dude, it's unbelievable.
Yeah.
Smart.
But then I met all these people in rehab, and I was like, one woman was like trying to escape on a golf cart like 4 times.
No way.
She was so wild. And I was like, what do you do for a living? I was like, what is this person outside of this place? She's like, oh yeah, I'm a VP at Morgan Stanley.
Amazing. Amazing. Dude, high functioning, right? You get high functioning, low functioning. Dude, that's gnarly. I love the golf cart escape.
It was in a desert, I actually went to Tiger Woods rehab.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Dude, hell yeah.
It was in a desert, so it's like, even if you escaped, like, you weren't going anywhere. Like,
exactly. It's one of those things.
It was holes.
Yes. It's holes. Exactly. It's a bridge over the River Kwai. Okay, there's no fences here. We don't need fences. You go, you'll be dead. The jungle will collect you.
Yeah.
The desert will get... Dude, that's very gnarly.
Yeah.
Once again, dude, I got to give a big shout out to our sponsor, Manscaped. Dude, it's never too early to play holiday music. You know that. And it's never too early to start thinking about gifts. I'm already brainstorming now. I got friggin' tons of people I got to buy gifts for, dude. Whether it's for a friend or friends in your pants, you can make this season to be jolly with Manscaped. Do your little drummer boy a favor and use the Lawnmower 4.0 to avoid another silent night in the bedroom, dude. Frickin' deck the halls, dude. Let's go. Then add in Manscaped top of the line shower products to have the people thinking, all I want for Christmas is you. Santa cares about his sack, and so should you. Look nice when you get naughty by going to manscaped.com and use code DANK for free shipping and 20% off. Dude, I'm telling you right now, dude, I'm using the lawnmower. I'm hoping my man lawn gets overgrown quickly, dude. I'm eating protein. I'm eating carrots, whatever makes stuff grow, dude. Just so I can use that Lawnmower 4.0, dude. And, you got that platinum package right now, dude. It's a one-stop shop for the man who deserves it all, dude. It has everything you need to help you deck the halls from face to balls, dude, just in time for mistletoe season, dude. You're going to be scoping for mistletoe and ready to go, bro, with the Lawnmower 4.0 platinum package, dude. Get it done, dude. Smell good, look nice, feel good. Here's the thing, dude. When you put in the work on yourself, the confidence is there, and it just radiates. It emanates. Everyone knows, people can sense it, dude. So I'm fired up on it. My freaking balls are decked for the holiday season. So get yours in shape too, dude. And right now, dude, do it with a special discount by getting 20% off and free shipping with code DANK at manscaped.com. That's 20% off with free shipping at manscaped.com and use code DANK. Manscaped. Get your jingle balls ready for the holidays. Would you say, and a lot of people say this, and would you say, and people wonder this, and this is maybe a crazy weird question, but like, does it work for some people? What doesn't work for other people? Is it like that type of thing? Like some centers have their own theories, or are most of them going by the same theories these days? How does it work? And do you think, like, was this place a good match for you? I think you were doing fantastic and well. What's like that? I guess it's a confusing question. Like,
no, I know what you're saying, because like, there are different types of treatment centers. Like, it's funny. Before I went for a specific thing that happened to me while I was drinking. It was just like a traumatic event, but so I didn't go to just an addiction center. I went to like a mental health facility, and that was right for me. But my therapist for the past year and a half that I had in COVID was telling me I need to go to this trauma camp thing that was also in Arizona, but it was a week long and all this thing. And then I looked up the trauma camp after the thing happened to me, and I was like, wait, shit, this bitch has been telling me to go to rehab for a year and a half. So the one I went to had every type of addiction, every type of mental health issue. A lot of people weren't alcoholics, but there are treatment centers for straight alcoholics that are like, you just need to stop drinking. And it's just because I do think some people I don't love alcohol so much. Like, I'm not like, oh my God, like once it hits your lips, I'm not like that.
Yeah.
But I did meet people like that, and I know people like that who I'm so thankful I don't have that, because it must be, I'm thankful that I'm able to walk away from it. Whereas some people, it's like this, thinking about it constantly.
Totally. Dude, my brother's like that. He's in like a long-term rehab center, and like, but for starting with booze, but all sorts of shit. And dude, it's just like, there's no way. It's totally it's a member of society that cannot function, like holding a job, all that. And it's because of substances, dude. And it's crazy. And it's been going on in all sorts in society ever since the dawn of societies, but especially ramped up, like I mentioned, Industrial Revolution. Look at our country. We try to limit with prohibition. It got so bad, mainly with like beating, like, women's temperance movement and all this stuff. And but guys were just such alcoholics and so gnarly that they're like, dude, we need to, like, society's going to be ruined if we don't fucking not sell booze. And then of course, like, there was bootlegging and stuff, and it ended up reversing and not working. But I just wanted to mention that for history. You got the 18th Amendment, which shut down, which was the beginning of prohibition. Then it was repealed with the 21st Amendment later on. And you get the Roaring 20s, all these freaking flapper clubs and all that type of stuff. But very, very, very gnarly shit. And thank God they got these centers today that are going on, and people are being more open-minded about it, I mean, do you think that's the experience, or do you think people are still kind of like not understanding of?
I think there is more empathy now for people with addictions, especially after COVID and everyone developed some sort of addiction.
Right.
My friend who is in her residency at Tulane, I lived with her in LA. It just studies all types of mental, or like all types of public health, mental health. Like, she, very smart person. So what I'm saying is absolutely correct, is my point.
Yeah. Fuck yeah.
But she was saying that when she worked as an EMT and was in school for public health, the idea behind addiction, this was like 5 years ago, was like, they're hopeless, like they're a menace to society. But now they're treated like, oh, we need to help them and treat them with kindness, because being mean to an addict is not going to help them off of it.
It's not a win, exactly.
And I feel that way. Like, in college, I'd get really drunk, and my mom would get so pissed. Like, one time I got so drunk at this party when I was home from college. It was in DC, and I got really drunk, and I went to the guy's freezer. I was not invited to this party. I just ended up at this party. I went to the guy's freezer, stole his DiGiorno's pizza, put it, and brought it home with me to Virginia, like a 45-minute Uber. I woke up to my mom screaming at me. She's like, you fucking idiot. You left your purse. Maybe I took a cab. You left your purse in the cab. I had to deal with the driver, blah, blah, blah. and I roll over and I'm holding the pizza that had defrosted all over me. And I'm like, how did I bring my purse home and not my fucking...
Yeah. Oh my
not the pizza.
God.
I'm like, that's psychotic behavior. And I was like 22 and I was like, well, I guess I'm going to go out tonight. But my mom was so mad at me and yelling at me and telling me I'm an alcoholic and I was going to end up in rehab and I was such a loser. And, you know, she ended up being right. But by telling me that, I wasn't like, I'm not going to drink. I was like, I need a drink.
Totally, exactly. It's the wrong approach. It's like you can have some truths, but it's like, dude, you got to handle this in a different, more mature way. Also in college, like that's celebrated because that story's hilarious. Hey, for your comedy, at least you've got some good stuff with that.
Yeah, it in the beginning it was helpful, and then my set just kind of got redundant. You know?
Right.
It was like, how many pizzas can I bring home? How many dicks can I be slinging a night?
I'm on Tombstone pizzas now. It's been gone through DiGiorno. What other brands are there? Now I'm bringing home those cauliflower ones. Fuck. Dude, that's hilarious. Hanna, you're an absolute legend. I want to wrap it up and cruise out. Before we do you want to answer a question or two? And is there anything else that I need to say or anything that I've missed?
No.
Okay.
I'm sorry. Did I cut you off? Did we not get a lot of...
No, we're cruising.
Okay.
Dude, I like to keep it high and tight. Are you kidding me? We're chilling. We're chilling all day long. All right, let's do a question or two, then cruise out. Is that chill?
Chill.
Strider, what up? Dude, I took your Thanksgiving advice and pinned my dad after dinner. Except here's the thing. My dad is 3 bills and used to be a cowboy, so he absolutely pinned my ass. He was in the middle of eating pumpkin pie too. Now I feel like a little bitch. That being said, my relationship with my dad has been better since. I think he needed to pin my ass. He felt strong again. I'm 5'8", 132. My mom's tiny. Got her genes. Anyway, my question is, do you think wrestling your dad is good, win or lose? Thanks. I like to wrestle so basically what this is couched in is at Thanksgiving.
I needed a little more context.
I like to pin my dad. He's 70 now, so I like to pin his ass and just put him in his place and let him know. And I always win. And it makes me feel good and strong. This guy tried to do that, but he got pinned. But he said it ended up being better for him and his dad's relationship. So
what's the question? It sounds like he answered it.
Yeah, exactly. He's like, do you think wrestling your dad is good, even if you lose, if win or lose? I think in this case, yeah. But
it's all about the relationship, right?
Exactly. That's what it's all about. So I think for sure, but for me, I got to get the dub. I got to pin my dad's ass. And he's only getting older.
It's interesting. My dad's more of an artsy guy, you know? He doesn't like sports.
Ooh, so he could be an easy pin.
Yeah, an easy pin, but he would be so annoyed if my brother did that. He would be so...
Would ruin the relationship. Yeah, that's true.
My mom would be pissed too, and I'd be annoyed. I'd be like, what the Like, I can't imagine seeing my brother and dad wrestle. That's such... in Orange County. Like, welcome to the OC, bitch, where you pin your dad.
He's fucking painting. He's just painting, chilling, relaxing. You go, Dad, I listened to this podcast. I have to fucking attack you now, dude. Yeah, read the room. Maybe read the room, you know what I mean? Read the room. You got to know if your dad's pinnable. Okay, let's do one more, then cruise out. Is that chill with you?
Chill.
What up, Strider? I come seeking your infinite wisdom as I have some upcoming Dank events that I would love to be streamlined in terms of stoke. Me and some pals are are renting a Dank cabin for 3 nights for New Year's Eve. Later in the year, I'm hitting up Hawaii during spring break. What are the unwritten do's and don'ts of multi-day sends with the gang? Also, looking to see if you have some specific tips for either scenario, keeping in mind the cabin is in Canada in winter. Okay. So basically, he's wondering what are some do's and don'ts for chilling with the dudes over multiple days. So how do you keep the vibes tight through 3 or 4 nights? You know what I mean? Like you can't, like if you're just hanging out for the day, you're grabbing lunch, it's chill. But you know, how are you staying off each other's nerves? You're sleeping. What are those arrangements? I get this. I've been on a lot of boys trips, you know, like
it's so funny. I feel like your listeners just don't have social cues in general. Like, should I pin my dad? How do I hang out with my friends?
Here's the thing, Hanna, this might be my bad too. You know, the captain of the ship here could be leading dudes astray.
Yeah,
I
clearly.
heavily endorse pinning fathers. Also, for boys trips, I think boys trips are a solve for a lot of issues. But, you know, you got to have do's and don'ts. I would say do's, buy up food in the beginning. Hit your Costco run, have eats on hand, have snacks, get more bags of chips than you think, get more freaking Coors Lights than you think you need, because you don't want to send a booze run, especially you guys been drinking. Don't want to have to leave the crib if you don't have to. That's a major do. a major don't be a schmoll, dude. Don't like tap beds or have to listen to your music loud and stuff like that. Be a good roommate. Roommate rules, dude, you know? That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, just don't be annoying. Exactly. What do you find annoying? Someone who doesn't contribute, someone who sits on the couch and talks about themselves while everyone else is doing dishes. Just pull your weight and act how you would want your friends to act. The basic rules of decency. Treat others the way you want to be treated.
Exactly.
Don't be fucking annoying.
Dude, exactly. And then the number one decent rule, which people don't do, is when something's bothering you, don't take it out on someone else. That's rule of decency number one for me. I'm like, dude, if something else is bothering you, why are you taking it out on this person or this facet of your life? Pfft. I mean, dude, if there's anything you get from the pod, that right there. Fire advice, Hannah.
So good.
Dude, thank you so much for cruising in here today. Thank you for bringing your dank pup. Where can people see your stuff online? You do hilarious shorts for Comedy Central. I've always loved those.
Oh, thank you.
You can see Hannah on there. I'm going to put her socials in the description. But yeah, where...
Yeah, I'm at Hans Dickey, HANSDICKIE. And I'm either here or New York, I guess.
Fuck yeah. And dude, truly hilarious, man. I remember early on seeing you at like a mic, or maybe it was a show, I don't remember, but just like your joke writing, always so hilarious.
Oh, thanks.
Always so funny. So I can't wait to see what more good shit you come up with, and truly a treat to have you on the pod today.
I feel so lucky to be asked.
No,
that you asked me. I mean, I was...
Dude,
yeah,
I was honored. Yeah, well, it was at the Gramercy Theater. It was fucking badass, dude. That was awesome in New York.
Yeah, what are we getting paid for that, though?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, dude. Let's send some texts after this. So true. You're a legend. Thank you so much for being here.
Thanks for having me.
Thank you, Miley, for being here. Freaking Danktorian, stay stoked. Read the room. Read the room before you pin your dad. I guess that's something I should have said. Thank you, Anna, for sharing that. And yeah, dude. And if you are struggling with any substances or anything like that, dude, reach out. Talk to a friend, talk to a family member, and or DM me. I can put you in contact with some stuff. All right, guys, freaking lit.